I am so excited. I am happy you're here. This is great timing for us to really start talking about the Speaker Money Train. As you know, I'm your host, Melody Keemer Harper, and I have the wonderful opportunity to share with you my secret formula that I put together, my system called the Speaker's Money Train Formula Blueprint. Now, that's a bonus from what I said you're going to be receiving, because actually what I gave you was the opportunity to hear my Speaker's Money Train presentation formula. So I'm giving you both. So you'll have both in there, and I think you're going to just absolutely love, love, love it. I do. It's made a huge difference for me, and I know it can for you. Now, if you notice on here, my formula is a train, obviously the Speaker's Money Train. And this train has, if you notice, letters, bright pink letters, reddish letters, and my colors with the blue. This is part of it. When you're doing a speaker, you want to use your own branding. So these are my colors. So use your colors as well. And so this says S-P-E-A-K, and you're going to see on then the caboose, because again, a train they have the engine, they have their train cars in between. Depending on how long that train is, are going to be how many cars there's going to be. And then at the end is the caboose. And I call that the money train, okay? That's your money. You're pulling it up and everything's gonna end with that caboose. And so you see lines there? What you'll wanna do is you're gonna wanna fill those lines in, and those lines are gonna be with the different things I'm gonna tell you, and on your PowerPoint that you had on your handouts, you can fill in, because I'll give you one word and I'm gonna talk about each one, but you just fill in the rest of it. So it kind of gives you a synopsis how we're gonna move with this. So here we go. My speaker program is talking about the speak, and this is just an overall for any of your business. Speaking is the #1 way to make a difference in your business, to really catapult you to greater heights, make more money, and get more clients. And that's what it's all about, is getting more clients so you can help them, make a difference for them, and obviously getting out and getting gigs if you want to be on stages or wherever you want to go, to make sure that you're seen, because it's all about your visibility. If you're not being seen, you're a kept secret, and you don't want to be that best kept secret they talk about. You want people to know who you are and what you have to offer, because you're the expert in your field. You're going to make the difference for everybody. So we're going to go on to the S. The S that you have there is you're selecting. This is talking about you, selecting what you're going to be talking about, who you're going to be serving, and what you solve. Because if you don't know what it is that you do, then you're going to have a hard time serving people. So you need to figure out, what is it that I'm an expert in? What is it that I really love, I have a passion for, and I can help people with? And then you select it and focus in. Now, you may have a lot of things. Like, I'll tell you, it was hard for me at first, because I'm so eclectic, and I have all these things that I feel like I love and I do well, and you probably have the same things. Unless you were so fine-tuned and you knew all my life I just wanted to be this one direction. I haven't. I've been all over the place doing different things, and I've loved it. But it's best to focus in, and if you can, select down to one thing, especially if you're starting out. And some of you are just starting out, and some of you are more seasoned. It doesn't matter where you're at. You still focus in, starting out on one, and you may branch into other areas too. Your business grows, and it evolves into different areas as you go, and you'll find that what you started out with may not even be what you end up with later. It's wonderful. It kind of self-selects. So you select at first to focus on one area, because if you do a lot, you're not going to do it as well. So focus on one area. Select that area that you know you can help people with, that you actually experienced yourself or know people that experience whatever it is that you are going to help people make a difference in their lives. So you have to think about, what is it that you solve the problem that other people have, that you have that expertise in? And how can you serve them? How can you help them with that solution to make a difference in their life? Now, obviously, we have a short time on this webinar that we're going to be with each other, so I'm not going to go into a lot of depth. I will give the opportunity for you to get more depth later, but right now, I'm just giving you pretty much the idea of what you need to do so it doesn't overwhelm you as well. So the next one that you're going to be thinking about on here is how to prepare, the P in the speak formula. This one is all your business avenues. Now, this is not your presentation because you have a lot of things to do before you actually get out there and present. You have to do discovery. You have to do research. That's finding yourself. And now you're going to be preparing. You're going to be preparing what you're going to do. So that P stands for prepare. And then in like location, 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 it's practice, practice, practice. Makes a huge difference. I'm going to tell you that just horrendously makes a difference for your confidence. And it's so important to feel like you have confidence out there. If you don't have confidence, people are not going to want to listen to you. They love it when they feel like you have confidence and you're full of information and they're enjoyable. They want you to know that that you like them. And so if you act like you care about them, they're going to care to listen to you. So a lot of these butterflies, and I talk about that with all my experience of being in the theatrical world. Many of you know my background, some of you don't. But because of being in the theatrical world, working with some of the top celebrities like Elvis Presley in the movie Double Trouble, I learned a lot of mentoring from him and from other people I worked with to help me to understand how to get over stage fright. And that's a story I always tell at my boot camps, and it's part of what I call my signature talk. And that's part of the presentation. It's part of what you're going to be sharing in your presentation. And it should be the same thing every time because that's my story. And so you will hear that later on. You'll hear a lot of different things. And I'll give you a little bit of information tidbits along the way about how I include stories. And part of the preparation is figuring out what those stories are. And some people say, I don't know what my stories are. I don't have any stories. You be shocked. I can pull out stories, and you have so many stories that you will be thrilled with. And there's ways to use your stories to make a home run with what you're saying. So the impact is there. And that's all about the impact is what you're trying to do. You're trying to help people to really make a difference with their life. And so you want to make sure that you are really hitting the pain points. And I'm going to go through that more on the presentation area. But right now you prepare. And prepare is not just for your presentation. It's for your business to get out there. And your business is marketing your presentations. It's marketing yourself to get out there. So there's different ways that you need to do to prepare. When you're presenting, where are you presenting? How are you presenting? Who are you presenting to? And what are the needs that you have? If you're doing it on your own stage, there's a lot of back of the room things that you need to do, administrative areas. Then you present, and you need to understand how to present in a way that's compelling, that has stage presence. It has the highs, the lows. It has it running off a little bit more fast. And then the ones that's slower and really bringing in it for a home run. So you need to know all the different ways to use body language and gestures. It's not just getting out there and doing your content. Now, you've heard this, I'm sure, many, many times, that 7% of what is part of our communication is in the content. 93% is in your body language. That's your expressions, your gestures, your movement, all the kinds of things that happen that people see without hearing. And sometimes it's also some kind of sounds that's part of even body language and part of nonverbal communication. But 7% is still important. You want content. But if you are going to really think about what's more important, obviously the 93% outweighs the 7%. Both important, but people are buying what they see more than they're hearing. And then the hearing is like, the cherry on the top. So then we're going to go to the next part, which is your E. The E means you're talking about your experiences, your expertise that makes you the go-to person that stands out, that they want to come to, that they want to work with, they want to learn from and invest in. And that means that you need to be able to empower them. So you need to learn how to have that empowerment that makes a difference for them, to make you their deciding factor for who they want to choose. Lots of different areas that you can do to help you to empower people, and that is through your content. It is through the way you ingratiate yourself. It's how you build the relationship and the trust. And if you don't build trust, believe me, I know for me, I don't want to work with somebody if I don't trust them. And one of the key things for me, the most important things for me, and people that know me know that this is my life that I feel very strongly about, is integrity. And if you don't have integrity, again, I don't want to work with you. Yes, you have a business, and yes, you want to make money, but you also want to be there for the right reasons and do the right things for people. And it should be more about talking about how you're helping them and giving. And it's a win-win for everyone. But move on and let them know who somebody else that can help them with if it's not working for you, if it's not your best interest. Because if it's not yours, it's not in theirs either. So then going on to the A, you need to be ready to take action. Now I'm going to tell you the biggest thing, and you listen to this, you've heard it before, the word is P. It's the biggest thing that holds people back. And I'm sure many of you are saying, I know what it is. And if you are, you're probably very right. Procrastination. It's the lack of action that they're taking. And that is a killer in your business, is putting things off because you don't feel the confidence, or you don't feel like you can succeed in it, or whatever the reason is that you find any kind of excuse for it, that's holding you back from making the business that you could be making to make a difference in your life. And those actions that you take, if they're the positive and the right actions, which there are ways that you can do that makes the difference for you to get out right out of the get-go, right out of the starting block, get on that train and move, go faster by certain techniques. And I love to teach people these techniques because these techniques make a difference. Again, getting out right away. And I'll give you a hint. People like to organize. You don't need to organize that much. Really, you don't. And what you do need to do is not even think about how much content you have to get. Your content will be there. What you need to do is get out immediately and get engagements, get gigs, get speaking, get visibility. Again, you don't want to be that best kept secret. You want people to see who you are. Because when they see you and hear you, they're going to fall in love with you, and then they'll become your clients. And that means you acquire them. You're going to acquire clients, you're going to acquire gigs, because you're going to know what to do and how to go out there to get those. There are different tips and different little programs that I have that help people understand where those clients are, where the gigs are, and how to go about them, and how to talk to those people to get it so that you feel confident to get that gig. High-paying gigs. Or it could be that you're having a gig where you're doing maybe a workshop, and then people pay you, they're investing in you for a program or service that you might have. Different ways that you can make the money, all different kinds of ways. And what you do, it's going to accelerate your business once you start getting out there. Once you start and you follow a system, and you should have a system, everyone should have a system. Even more, I have more than one system in my programs. But once you start doing the different methods that make a difference for you to acquire those gigs and those clients, you're going to accelerate your business so much you will be astounded. You are going to double, triple, quadruple, and more the income that you're making. And that's what I want you to do for 2020. That's what I want us all to do. I want us to jump on this train together and get on that track to the right way of getting what we need to make a difference in not only our own lives, but other people's lives. So then after the A, we have the K. When you've got your clients, you got your gigs, it's like, what do I do next? You want to not stay complacent. You want to have the knowledge to understand where to go and what to do and how to keep yourself motivated and moving up, up, up. Forward momentum. Not just staying back and thinking, okay, I'm okay, because you can always make a difference. And there's always different ways to make your money or help people and give back. And the one thing that you see there, everybody hears it, KISS. KISS. Keep it simple. No, I'm not going to say stupid. I'm going to say, and sweet. You want to keep it simple and very sweet, because you want it to be so positive and so kind and happy. You want people around you that are making a difference, because you're making a difference for them too. And you want it simple. There are simple ways. We overthink, we overprocess, we overdo and do things that are maybe not the right things to be doing, that are taking more time and effort and money rather than doing the faster, easier, correct ways. And I had to learn that through my many years of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars with mentoring and coaching and doing the wrong things and to learning to do the right things. Now I'm able to save my clients time, effort, and money because they're not doing the same little boo-boos I did, the same problems I did. I love it when I can do that and make a difference. I've learned the secret. I have learned the secret how to make a huge amount of money in a shorter amount of time, very efficiently, and right out of the get-go. And I love it. So give yourself kudos for doing a good job, doing the things that's going to make a difference for you to escalate your business and to help people. Always praise yourself. Do things and reward yourself. When something happens and it's a good thing, then give yourself a reward. Give it something appropriate, something that keeps you motivated. But that's why you're doing this. You're helping other people, so reward yourself. You need to give yourself that pat on the back too that says, hey, I really deserve this. I'm doing the best job and I know I can even make bigger difference in people's lives. And always keep learning so that you do not stay complacent again. Always go to always mentoring, always getting coaches, always make a difference in learning. Even in your same industry, I'm always going to different places to learn because I always want to be able to give more and not be stale in what I'm teaching or what I'm doing. So it's important to always give yourself kudos and say, hey, I'm doing a great job, because sometimes we can really put ourselves down and not feel good about the direction we're going in. So we need picker-ups, and we have buddy systems that we work on. And that last arquebus is the dollar. That is the money part. That's where all the money is landing. It's coming in. All of you have accumulated all the every part of what you need to do to make that difference, to get to the point where the money is just trickling in. I'm telling you, I just go to my mailbox. I did the other day, and I had a $3,000 check that came in there. I went the other day again. It's like out of the blue. Once you're doing things right, when you do things that you are doing for the right reasons and the right way, not the harder way. It does take effort, but there are different ways, again, to get out there. The money comes in. And then when that comes in, you're going to have the choice of the lifestyle you want. You're going to be able to feel like you have financial freedom, and you're going to be able to feel like you can give back. And giving back is so important. The more you make, the more you can give back. Now, I had somebody the other day that told me she absolutely hated asking people for the money to pay her for her service. She felt so awkward and uncomfortable. She felt guilty. And I understand, because I remember feeling that way too. It's a mindset. It's a mindset that you need to overcome the feeling that you are taking money. You aren't. You are helping people. They are just paying you to give them that help. It's an investment they're making in themselves. You're helping them make a difference in their lives. They're investing in themselves, not in you. So it's a mindset. Just change your mindset and you'll feel much better about that. And there's different ways to help you with that too, with different kinds of affirmations that you can be doing. So that's kind of in a nutshell, the presentation part of my formula that I do, that's my system for the money train. There's different ways that we put things together, and I go more in depth obviously later. But now for the presentation part that I promised you, because I know people really want to get out there, and I'm all about igniting your speaking power. Hold on a second, got to take a swallow. You take a swallow too right now. This is the time. Take a little swallow. Need to keep hydrated. This is the time we're going to go over the presentation. And many of you are like, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what to put in my content. I'm not sure, or I really do know, I just don't know how to put it together, or I know how to put it together, but I don't know how to actually present it. There are all different levels that people are in this program, in all my programs that I help, different levels of where they're in their speaking, from newbies to very experienced, and they just want different things out of me from getting my back experience of all my years of being in showbiz and speaking all over the country. And I'm telling you, it made a difference, because I just got back speaking NASDAQ and loved it. But the experience there was rewarding because there were other people there and I could help them with their speaking. And I thought they were just going to be magnificent, but they were so scared. And I was like, I needed to help them get over that fear and understanding where they're coming from and how they really make a difference. Again, it's all about mindset, and there are different triggers and ticklers that can make a difference to help you feel good about and confident in what you're saying and what you're doing. So on this, again, the train for the presentation is the opening, which is your engine again. And you have your closing, of course, which is your caboose. And then the topics in the middle are your train cars. And then the one that I love putting in there is that you need to be sharing your successes. And so with this train, again, it all depends on the topics. And I'm going to go through this, how many topics you have in the middle. And like you've seen on tracks, long trains and very, very short trains. There could be only maybe one little car in between. There could be 3, there could be 10. It depends on how long your talk is going to be to how many topics you have. You always want to stay with your opening. You always want to stay with the close. You may abbreviate it a little bit for time-wise. From a 1 minute to a 30 minute, there's a lot of difference in timing for what you can say, to an hour to 90 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all different kinds of avenues of talk timing that people will hire people for, or that you will actually be, commissioned to do. And so you need to understand that you need to still have your opening and your close be very much the same, only condensed or elongated more, elaborated more. And the topics, they come and they go. It's like the accordion. It's like track. You take one train off the track, the car off the track, or you take 3 off the track. Depends on how long your speech is going to be. So we're going to start out with the opening. And in the opening on this, the first thing you're going to think about is there's different ways. There's 4 different things. Now I put 3 down here and the other one's like a bonus that I'm giving you. So in opening, you always want to start with like a question, could be a question. And that question should be very compelling. And a question is not a question. A question is a question. Always goes up. Always go up with your question in asking mode. But it needs to be something that is very thought-provoking, emotion-eliciting, and something that really makes a difference in a person's thinking. It makes them ponder. So a strong question. The next one that you would do, where'd it go? The next one is going to be that you can choose instead on your opening some kind of a shocking fact. Something that's going to be in quantitative or qualifying with numbers, percentages, charts, that type of thing that's going to make a difference. It's like, whoa, it's off the chart. Shocking, a shocking fact. I'll give you an example of something that I thought was very impressive. Now, it's not for everybody, but there's different ways that you can come in from the back of the room or the side of the room. Your shtick, whatever is good for you, what you want to do for your own branding or how you want to handle it. But a shocking fact, I know that this one person was on the stage and they turned out the entire lights everywhere. It was blackout. And all you heard was this thump, 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 walking across the stage. It was very, very, very dynamic. And you could hear it pace. And you heard it pace a little while and then go back, not very far. So you had this feeling of boundaries, constrictions. And when the lights came on, it was a man in a soldier's outfit that was a POW. And that was his survival for about 4 years while he was in a POW camp. He had like a 4x4 and you could feel it. You could feel it. And that's what you want to do when you're telling your stories and when you're opening. You want people to feel the emotion. Bring them in. Having leaning into you is going to make a difference. How you start makes the biggest difference on whether they're going to really lean into you and buy into what you have to say. So shocking fact is one of it, could be, or something, a little story that gears, not just a story for being a story, but that gears for whatever the solution is that you have for their pain points. And I'm going to tell you, you'll want to drill those pain points down hard, because the more they're feeling the pain, the more they're going to want the solution. So don't feel badly if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm really feeling like I'm slicing them up and cutting them out. No, you're doing them a service to face what the pain is so they can get rid of it. You're helping them. That's the starting point. So some kind of a story that's compelling and emotion-based that tugs at the heart and tugs at their thinking and emotions. Again, more you do on emotions, the stronger people are going to want to be with you. So not only that on the emotions and all that you're going to have for that, but you're going to want to also think about quotes. That's the tip on that fourth one there. It's a quote. You can have some kind of real compelling quote that makes a difference in their thinking about, again, the issue that you direct. It's not just anything. I'm not going to be talking about the man on the moon unless it has something to do with speaking. So really, you have to gear towards your topic. And then the next one that you have on the train is a train car. And the train car are the topics. That's the content. And the topics are based on what your main theme is, what it is that your program is all about. You have a title for it. Mine's Igniting Your Speaking Power that I have for the program that I put on. Ignite your speaking power to get out there, to have unstoppable confidence, make a huge impact with your message, and gain those clients and gigs quickly to monetize. So you are going to know when you go through a program, you have to stick with everything that you're talking about in that title. So that's what the topic is. And usually you want 3 type of things that you're really gearing toward. 3 is pretty palatable. 5, okay, kind of odd numbers are good. You get beyond 5, people don't remember things. And you want to be memorable. Want to them to go away and say, wow, that was the greatest presentation or the information that I could have listened to at this point. And I was so enjoyed listening to it that I just, oh my gosh, I just really want to hear more of that person. So you need to have the topic that is geared. And that topic can be a tip, some kind of a tip that gears again about how the problem that they have could be solved. And then also you can go to a story. Now, a story can be about something, again, that relates to you. It's a story that's something that maybe happened to you. Again, a story I use that started out for me would be when I was on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And for the first time in my life, I walk out and here's Johnny. And I froze. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't move. All I could do was nod my head up and down and smile. And my twin sister, who some of you know I have a twin. I started out with live singing with her at 3 years old. And we were on stage together. And she was like, what the heck was that all about? Johnny became my mentor and helped me to understand how to bring humor. And that's what helped him to get over his stage fright. So many people have stage fright. It's unbelievable. Jerry Seinfeld famously said that 75% of people would rather be in a coffin than saying the eulogy. That's how fearful people are of speaking, of public speaking. And that hit me at that time. And it probably has hit you at some time or another. And if you don't have any fear, then there is something a little wrong, because that gets a little bit of the anxieties going, gets you excited, gets the adrenaline going, and that keeps you at your top of your game more. You just need to know how to control it. As Elvis told me, you just need to keep them in formation, those butterflies. So stories are going to make a difference, and they're compelling. People remember stories more than they're going to remember facts. Stories, you hear about facts tell, stories sell. That's facts tell, stories sell. So think about your stories. And then the next thing that you might want to think about, and these are the different ones, you'll have different topics for each one, and you can switch them around. So you might have a case study of a client you have, somebody that you know that you've worked with that has made a difference getting over the pain that all these other people are having that you've helped them solve, that's made a difference. I have a case study that I use with one of my clients. I have different clients and I use different examples at different times, but what I'm thinking about is how she immediately left the boot camp that I had given, the 3-day boot camp, went out and did the things that I told her to do. She followed it to the T. Examples of how to do things and how to put on her presentation. And she converted 70% of the room and did a testimonial for me saying that because of what I gave her, the things that I taught her, and how the program was, made a difference for her to convert that 70% of the room. She would not have done it without me. She gave me that credit. That's what you want. Those are case studies that you share, because it's telling how you're making a difference in getting rid of that pain that the other people want. They want those same results. Wouldn't you like to convert 70% of the room? Get people investing in you 70%? That's an incredible amount number. It's fabulous. That is what you want to get, are testimonials. And so case study would be one of them. And then you would also want to have, oh, let me go back there because I want to get that other one, case study. So in the case study, the next one I want to say, I added on there testimonials. So testimonials, you want to get those testimonials. You want to put them on your website. You want to put them in your books. You want to put them on your materials, promo materials, in sizzle reels. You want to use those testimonials because third-party validation is so much stronger than hearing it from you individually. People love hearing the successes that you have given other people and will be more believable and trusting in you when they hear it from other people. So that's why you want to put those on your website and let people hear them and know, yes, it is telling about you. It's not boasting. It's letting them know, I can make a difference for you. I am the expert that you need to hire. So think of it in the way that it's going to make a difference for you to help them. And then you have the success that you're going to get, and those are based on the results. So you're going to have success because if you do it the right way for the right reasons, and you have a purpose with that why that's going to make a difference in your life and other people's life, then you're going to get the kind of results that you want. And what you put the effort in is going to make a difference. And the way you put the effort in is going to make the difference. Getting the results is what you really want in a positive way, not only for yourself, but for the success of your people. I love it. I love having my clients. I may have certain time periods for them. I may have certain things that we put on, investments we have. I don't care about that as much as I do care about the success. So I will work with people until I know they're successful. And that's what you should be doing too. It should be more concerned about the success. Yes, everything's important, but you want to stick with those people, not just say, okay, bye-bye, you're done. That's not what you need to do. You need to be there for them. Show your credibility. Have that credibility. And that credibility is not just talking about your success stories, but it's talking about maybe the experiences you've had, the trainings you've had. If you have any degrees and it's applicable, use those degrees. I don't really say it very much, but I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, a master's degree in career development and community counseling, and I have 2 teaching credentials, a counseling one and a teaching for single subject teaching. And I'm also a counselor in the college level because I love giving back and helping. I help them with their academic, personal, and career fields to help them make a difference in transitioning for themselves in career. And boy, most of that time, I'm talking to them about their communication. Because if you want to be successful, that's going to make the biggest difference for you, is being credible with successful communication. And that communication with confidence. And it's been proven, really proven, that people go higher up the ladder when they have stronger communication skills. Those who may be brilliant, know their job, know their work, have so much to offer, but aren't going to go up the ladder as high, usually, if they don't have that confidence and the communication skill. And somebody that has a drive may not be as talented or as great, but a lot of times climbs up that ladder higher because of the communication. Makes a huge difference. So with this on the success also, you're going to find for your success that you need to also think about what you're doing for getting that credibility, because the success that you're talking about and your credibility leads you to transitioning into your close. So when you transition into your close, get me over here so I can get to the next little thing. You're transitioning into your close. That transition needs to be smooth. So it's talking about now you've led to everything. You've really given the pain points. You've drilled it in. And you've talked about the successes that people have, case studies, the tips you're giving them, the clients that you've worked with, and your own successes that's made a difference because you started with not maybe having that success and you've learned the tricks, how to make a difference. And now I can show that to you as well. And that transitions you into the close, which again is your caboose. And that close can be like 4 different things. I'm going to give you different opportunities to think about for doing closes. It could be a very low investment that you have. That means that they may invest maybe in a book that you have. Maybe you're a bestseller. You have a book that you've written. or maybe there's a little membership site that you want to get them involved in. So you're offering them the invitation to become part of a program with you, a low investment. Or you may have also going into where you might be doing a complimentary session. A complimentary session might be like a coaching session that you give them, maybe a 20-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute free complimentary session to help them. And then from there, then you go on to an offer to get to work with you more closely with an investment part of it. Then you also have the opportunities to possibly give the opportunity for them to be a medium type investment. Now, when you think of a low investment, it usually is something that might be a $10 to $29 type of an item, product, or service. When you think of a medium, it could be like a $497 to $1,000 to $2,000 and $1,997. Okay, could be more medium. Your higher ticket numbers are going to be your $5,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. That you usually don't do right off the bat. You kind of groom and build a relationship so that people can trust you, know you're helping them. So a medium investment is what you want to start out with, and low and then medium. And then also when you have this part of it, the last part of that one I want to help you on is telling you that you not only have the investment, but you can also do a complimentary, and this could be like a bonus, or you can put it in here for one of your particular closing. Could be a complimentary, not just a session, but this could be like a strategy call. So it's a strategy call to help them to see what they're doing, not just a coaching session, but a strategy call. So it's just complimentary. And then you have another one that we're going to go that you have to, where you can attract more high-paying clients, build your business, increase your profits and income. So right now, this is transitioning in, the closing and transitioning in, and I'm showing you what I'm putting here because I am transitioning, because I obviously can't go through everything with you, and I want this to be a killer year for the 2020 for you. So if you're really ready, if you're ready to hop on this train and attract more high-paying clients and build your business so that you have heights of great income, increasing your profits and income, then this is something I want you to hear. Then you're in the right place. And then if you also are ready to command the attention and respect of any audience, in other words, you want to get out there, you want to know that they're magnetized to you, that they have the respect and they have the relationship that you've built, then you need to know the kind of stories and everything to put it together, to drill it home, to magnetize them. Then you're in the right place for that. And if you are ready right now also to instantly become the authority and the go-to expert in your industry, and I'm telling you, stand out like celebrity. It doesn't mean you have to be an actor or an actress, but the celebrity has that red carpet way that people look at you and they go, wow, they see importance. People love famous people, and that could be in your own industry. Now for my industry, theatrical, and also its visibility, because it helps people understand the power of visibility and endorsements. Just came back from speaking at Carnegie Hall. Loved it. I spoke on stage with Martha Stewart, with Coco and Ice-T, and Michael Gerber of the E-Myth. And I loved it. And that's what you need to have, are different things, and I have ways to teach you how to go ahead and get those endorsements. Sometimes you need to go and pay to get those endorsements. Sometimes it's free, and there's different ways that you can do it. Easy, easy, easy. I love it. So that's the next step. If you want to get out there and make a difference, then I'm going to invite you to also help you develop and present your powerful, impactful presentation, not just from what we did here on this call, but putting it together and really going through and creating it and understanding how to create your stories and working on them and putting them together so that you know what flows and what makes a difference. When to add a story, when to delete a story, when to tell something that's going to make a difference for the audience that you're with. And you really want to gear towards the audience you're with. Know your audience. I can't tell you how important that is. I saw somebody do a speech that was not to the right audience, and absolutely it went flat and nobody was interested, and it repelled them. So it's important to understand who your audience is. Now, if you are ready to step up the plate and move on, then you need to be able to use the power of your newfound celebrity that you're going to get through understanding how to get these endorsements. And you're going to have that status, and it's going to be able to help influence buying decisions and truly help your clients that decide that you are their best solution, that they need you because you stand out. Nobody else is going to stand out. And believe me, everybody has a uniqueness. There is something about you that is different from everybody else. So I know people say, I don't know what it is. Yes, we'll find it and discover it, and you're going to be shocked at how you can make a difference because you are going to stand out. And that's what you need to do if you want to make a difference in people's lives. So if you are really ready, if this is something, then I'm going to like to invite you right at this point right now. And it's only for a little bit of time that I have this because I only have a few seats left. But I have a 3-day live boot camp that's coming up. And some of you on the call are already coming. I am so excited. I'm looking so forward to you. We're going to have so much fun, and you're going to learn so much, and you're going to go away transformed. And immediately 2020 is going to be a kickoff year for you. And it's going to be January 9th through 11th in Orange County, California. And it's $997. That's all it is. It's just $997 for the program. That is going to include everything that you have. But right now, because you're on the call and because I'm doing this, I'm giving a discount, a heavy discount. So today only, I'm giving $500 off the price for $497. I did this. I'm doing this more recently right now because I am actually going to be videoing the whole thing. And I want to make sure that I have all these people there in the seats for the videos because I'm also doing some other things that are going to be special that you'll hear about. Once you sign up, you're going to hear something that's going to be happening that you have an opportunity for too. Only if you sign up do you get this special opportunity. So it's $497 for right now for people, but it's only a few more days because that is an early bird price. It is going to go back up to the $997. You're on here, so you're getting that special. I'm allowing you to have that right now. So I just think it's wonderful. I know that if you're really ready and you're really ready to sell what you're wanting to do and get out of what you're doing now and move forward in your business and make a difference, and if you're really serious, then I want you to jump on the money train with me, get on the right track, and let's go full steam ahead and make a difference in other people's lives. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I want you to go to igniteyourspeakingpowerbootcamp.com and go ahead and scroll down, and you'll see where you can go ahead and register for the event. Make sure to put in the discount code of early bird. Early bird. Doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase, but you do not put a space in between. Early bird is one word. igniteyourspeakingpowerbootcamp.com, January 9th through the 11th. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and we'll make a difference. Again, let's get on that train together and make 2020 roll on, okay? Have a great evening. Have a great rest of your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Bye-bye.